From Washington, here is the news in VOA Special English. Republican lawmakers in the United States House of Representatives say they oppose a plan to avoid sharp spending cuts and tax increases for all but the richest Americans. The Senate approved the compromise plan in an unusual New Year's Day vote. Now, Democratic leaders in the House are calling on Republicans to vote yes or no on the plan before the spending cuts and tax increases go into effect Wednesday. But House Republicans say they are concerned the plan does not offer enough spending cuts. They are considering the legislation now, here in Washington. The plan calls for tax increases for individuals making more than $400,000 yearly and couples earning more than $450,000 a year. President Obama praised the Senate action and urged the House of Representatives to pass the bill without delay. Officials in Ivory Coast say at least 60 people were crushed to death by crowds in Abidjan. Rescue workers say about 50 others were injured in the incident, which took place at a sports center early Tuesday. People had gathered at the center to watch a New Year's fireworks show. A television report in Ivory Coast says most of those killed were children and young adults. An Ivorian journalist has told VOA that two large groups of people accidentally met on a narrow street. Another witness tells VOA that police blocked a way for people to leave the area. Syrian government troops and rebel forces have begun the new year with more violence. Anti-government activists reported that Syrian warplanes bombed neighborhoods near Damascus, the capital. The government media said troops killed terrorists in the area. Government planes also bombed the city of Aleppo. A Britain-based group reported severe clashes there between anti-government forces and the part of the Syrian army that protects the airport. Officials closed the Aleppo airport because of rebel attacks. Syrian rebels are trying to oust President Bashar al-Assad. Activists say almost 50,000 people have been killed in the conflict. It began with peaceful anti-government protests in March of 2011. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. Gunmen have attacked a vehicle carrying aid workers, killing 7 people in northwest Pakistan. A spokesman for a Pakistani non-governmental organization told VOA that the dead included female teachers and 1 male health worker. The spokesman said the attack happened Tuesday in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, about 75 kilometers northwest of the Pakistani capital, Islamabad. He said the aid workers were returning home when gunmen on motorcycles trapped and shot at them. No group has claimed responsibility. The NGO director later told reporters the aid workers may have been attacked because the group was helping prevent polio in children. Last month, 9 workers trying to prevent the disease were killed in attacks throughout Pakistan. India and Pakistan have exchanged lists of their nuclear centers as part of a continuing agreement. The Indian External Affairs Ministry said Tuesday that the lists were exchanged at the same time in New Delhi and Islamabad. Both countries agreed to the exchange in a deal made in 1988. Tuesday's action was the 22nd exchange under the deal, which bans India and Pakistan from attacking each other's nuclear centers. The longtime opponents have been exchanging lists of their nuclear centers on the first of the year since 1992. A huge oil rig has run into the ground off the coast of Alaska in the northwestern United States. The rig, a piece of equipment that takes oil out of the earth, belongs to the Shell Oil Company. The American Coast Guard said the rig was attached to a ship in the Gulf of Alaska. The rig broke free during a storm and ran into an island. Crew members were rescued before the rig hit ground. There were no immediate signs that the oil on the rig was leaking. The grounding is the latest problem for Shell. It has been trying to explore for oil near Alaska, but is opposed by American Indian and environmental groups. Its drilling equipment has also been damaged. Doctors treating American Secretary of State Hillary Clinton say she is making very good progress as she recovers from a blood clot in her head. Doctors found the clot in the space between her brain and her skull, but they say she has not suffered a stroke or any neurological damage. The clot, or blockage, was discovered during an examination for a head injury Secretary Clinton suffered in the middle of December. She injured her head in a fall after suffering a stomach virus. She entered a New York City hospital Sunday and is being treated with anti-clotting medicine. The American Food and Drug Administration has approved a new medicine to treat tuberculosis, or TB. About 2 billion people around the world have the lung infection, which spreads easily from person to person. The new TB medicine, called Ceturo, is the first new anti-TB treatment that has been approved in more than 40 years. It is designed for people whose illnesses do not respond to other drugs. It was approved quickly under a special program for drugs that appear to work well. However, the American Drug Agency warns that the medicine can cause deadly heart problems. A health group criticized the quick approval of the drug. Public Citizen says the drug's strength means it should be looked at more carefully. The new drug has been approved for use only in the United States.